Alright guys, we're going to be solving another question from the fourth chapter of the Meriam textbook, Engineering Mechanics. And in this one, we need to determine the components of all forces acting on each member of the loaded frame. So as always, we're going to start with the free body diagram, and we're going to start with the free body diagram of the whole structure. So if we consider this frame as just one single structure, we don't need to consider any force at point C. So we'll end up with two pins at point A and B. And if we look at this frame, we'll see that the frame is symmetric, which means whatever value that we have at A has to be the same as B. Again, because of the overall symmetry of this structure. So as we discussed, for a pin, we're going to consider AX and AY, two components, and we're going to do the same thing for B, BY. I'm just going to consider this one to the left. Since we assume the equilibrium and sum of all forces has to be 0, and since we have two different P on each side, we can conclude that AY is BY, and these two values are the same. So I'm just going to do sum of all forces in Y equals 0, one of our equilibrium equations. We have X and Y in here too. So basically, we're going to have 2AY, which is AY plus BY, minus 2P, which is these two forces, equals 0. And basically, our AY is equal to P, which is actually the value for the BY as well. So now I'm going to move on to the left part of this frame, since we have a pin here. So we're going to have this member in here where we have AX and AY applying in here. We figured AY is equal to P, and we're gonna have another pin at point C. So we're gonna consider another X and Y components for that force, so CX CY, and we're gonna have the force P that is applying in here. And obviously whatever we have for this member AC, we're gonna have the same thing for member BC as well. So we're gonna use our moment equation, and we can start with finding the moment about point C, since we have the most unknowns in here, counterclockwise positive as always. So we're gonna have the moment of, so we have a quarter circle in here where we have the radius R, and this would be 45 degrees where the P is applying, as we can see in the figure. So for finding the moment about point C, what we have the moment of the force P about point C, which is going to be in this direction. So counterclockwise moment P times the distance. The distance that we are interested is the vertical distance from C to the line of action of P. So basically what we have in here, and for finding that distance would be basically what we have in here, which we're gonna make a right triangle. I'm gonna highlight that right triangle in green maybe. So this right triangle, and we are looking for the base of this right triangle, which is not hard to find. It's basically r cosine of 45 degrees. So that's one force. We're gonna have the moment of AY, which is also P, and that's gonna be in this direction, so it's a clockwise moment. So first of all, negative AY is here P, and this would be actually R, because the distance would be what we have in here, which is the radius of that quarter circle. And the last thing would be the moment of AX, which this one's also in this direction, so counterclockwise, another positive moment. We don't know what's the value, we have to find this. And again, vertical distance to the line of action, this is the line of action of the force, so we're looking for this distance, which is also R, and this will be equal to 0. And we can cancel out all the R's in here, so our AX would be basically P minus P cosine of 45 degrees, and we can just factor P 1 minus cosine of 45 degrees. Let's see what we get for this. So 1 minus cosine of 45, this is going to be 0.292p, and that would be our AX. We actually didn't get a negative sign, so that shows that that's the correct direction. So 0.292p. And now we're going to use the two other equations that we have. Sum of all forces in x equals 0. We're going to have ax minus cx equals 0. So ax would be equal to cx. And same value, 292p. And again, we didn't get any negative sign, which shows that this direction for cx is correct. And the last unknown is cy, sum of all forces in y equals 0. We're going to have ay, which was upward, minus p plus cy equals 0. Ay is p, so this will be 0, which means cy is equal to 0. So we don't have any y component for that. And as I mentioned, because of the symmetry, it's going to be the same story for bx and by. Our by is basically p, and bx would be the value that we have for ax, which was 0.293p. So yeah, that's pretty much everything for this question. Hope everything was clear. Let me know if you guys have any questions. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.